Before this video starts, I say that a lot of things are useless throughout this video, and I don't mean that in a way that they don't affect in-game. A lot of these stats that I say are useless and are useless to the players overall are actually massive stats in-game. Just clearing that up before the video starts. The purpose of this video isn't to bash 2K. It's not to question why they're doing what they're doing, but it's just for the viewers to make sure that you're not fooled by overall ratings. So basically, it's just like the intangibles thing. Even though that is a little bit of a part of it, it's not all. This is much more in depth. So this video is really just about making sure that you guys don't get fooled by overall ratings, because they're almost nothing, especially in my team. Like, you obviously know about intangibles, as I've said already, but there's a lot of other reasons. So you guys should definitely go and check out the stats of a player before you buy it. Either whether you're using the card on the auction house or using a site like 2K17 Central, you should definitely check out the stats. And rather than buying players based on their overall, I think you should buy players based on what stats you like, what stats you think are good, and just not get fooled by overalls. Especially with the new card tiers, so many people are fooled more than ever. Like, people thinking there's a massive difference between 92 overall Amethyst and 93 overall Diamond. There isn't. And people make it out like there is for some reason 2K17. So anyway, now let's get on to the video. So I was looking through the NBA 2K Reddit yesterday and I saw this post. So basically, I'm going to link this guy's Reddit in the description. I'm going to link the NBA 2K Reddit in the description because that's the best place to keep up with 2K news. To be honest, unless you figure it out yourself, that is the best place to keep up with news. YouTubers normally get to the stuff, like this was made 20 hours ago, YouTubers normally get to stuff a little bit late, so Reddit is the best place to keep up with it, and I will leave them links in the description. So anyway, this user, Dagrix, decided to find out how players' overalls and certain stats make players' overalls. So this formula the guy made pretty much is accurate within 1 point. So his overall that comes out from the formula is normally either one higher or one lower at a max. So it's within, basically has the correct rating, either a little bit higher, maybe a tiny bit lower. But he kind of reverse engineered the formula. So what he found out was the top 20 stats per position. We're going to go over the point guards first. So it starts off with potential, which is the only one that has over a 10% effect. And again, potential is proven to do nothing in my team, and it is a stat that exists. But a lot of the time, that is normally high. It's not like intangibles where they can make potential like 40, so it doesn't make any difference. You see, acceleration is the most important stat for a point guard. And then you see intangibles as number 3. Intangibles, yep. So all the thing I'm on about intangibles, that's how important it is for overall. You look at the other stats like offensive consistency is up there, on ball defensive IQ, ball control is actually near the bottom. Open shot 3 again doesn't really matter. And yeah, so you're looking at these and you're thinking, obviously intangibles makes a big difference, but some big stats like speed aren't even taken into account. So now we're going to go on to the useless stats for the point guards. So the useless stats for the point guards are height, weight, contact dunk, speed with ball, strength, speed, hustle, low post defensive IQ, pass perception, steal, block, defense, rebound, and box out. These stats, no matter what they're rated, make no difference to the overall point guard. And you're kind of thinking like, speed with ball, speed, like steal, surely they should be important stats. So now we're on to the shooting guards, with the most important stat being, you guessed it, intangibles. So for shooting guards, intangibles is the most important thing, and it does nothing in game. Obviously potential makes a big difference, but most of the time your potential is going to be either your players overall or a little bit higher, so it's not going to make that much of a difference. Acceleration's up there. Open shot 3 is a lot higher for a 2 guard than a point guard. Speed actually makes it onto this list. Free throw makes it onto the list for some reason. And then we have got the useless stats. Height, weight, again, contested shot mid, which should be one of the more important stats for 2 guard. And there's things like standing dunk don't really matter, post hook, post fadeaway don't really matter. But speed with ball, again, like these are really important stats for wings. Like if a wing has bad speed with ball, they're not going to be good. Lateral quickness as well. Basically, if a person has lateral quickness, they're a slow defender, and this makes no difference for a 2 guard. So then we're going to go to the 2 forwards and center. I'm not going to break them down as much as this because it's a lot of stats that really do matter that just aren't on the list, and stats that don't really matter that are up high. Of course, intangibles is least important for a power forward, but it's still the 5th most important stat. And for small forward, power forward and centre, height is the biggest contributor to overall, making up 30% of it. So, like, height is that big a difference. So that's probably why Yao Ming as a 7'6" centre is an Amethyst. That's why you see Gold Porzingis with some of the worst gold stats in the game being a gold card. So height is a massive difference for these 3 positions. Then you look at potential, which again doesn't really matter too much. Obviously defensive rebound is big, and intangibles is top 5 most important stats in every position, and it does nothing in game. So now we're going to look at the useless stats for those 3 positions. So weight is entirely useless. It does not do anything at all in game. Obviously it makes a difference in my career, but for players overall, weight makes no difference. For small forwards, open shot 3 makes no difference. Like, open shot 3, one of the most important things to most MyTEAM players. Free throw makes no difference. Standing dunk, driving dunk for a small forward where a lot of them are slashes makes no difference. Post fadeaway makes no difference. Ball control, a huge stat, makes no difference. Passing accuracy, speed with ball, again makes no difference. So now we're on to the power forwards. Obviously weight, open shot mid, contested shot mid, off dribble shot mid, open shot 3. Like, how many stretch 4s are there? Open shot 3 makes no difference. So if a person has a high 3-point rating as a power forward, really, they should be better, because apparently open shot 3 makes no difference. Passing vision, acceleration. To be honest, a lot of these ones don't really matter too much. Like, lateral quickness should be a huge stat, and it makes no difference for a lot of players. For centers, for some reason, open shot 3 actually does something for centers, but not power forwards. And again, just like all the other positions, speed with ball does absolutely nothing to anyone except power forwards for some reason. Power forwards are the only position that actually speed with ball actually matters. Makes no sense. So now we're just gonna break down this Reddit post. The main thing is that it confirmed how important intangibles are, because intangibles, like, they're literally used just to boost and lower overalls. That's their only purpose in my team. Obviously they make a difference in my career, they make a difference in my league, but they make absolutely no difference in my team. It also shows that height is a huge difference for small forwards to centers, and it's irrelevant for point guards and shooting guards. And also the offensive consistency is still a massive factor, even though it's basically proven to do nothing in game. And obviously I'm going to glance over the pretty logical stuff, because like, you're going to know that like the top attributes do make the most sense. Like, passing is important for point guard, things like that. Like, strength is important for center, rebounding is important for center. Like, you know the stats that are obviously going to be important. And then he has them broken with slightly surprising, and I think one of them should actually be a much more important thing, and it's speed. Like, speed for point guards makes a big difference. Obviously acceleration for some reason is their top attribute, but speed is irrelevant, and I think it should definitely be some sort of a factor. And also another thing, especially for the shooting guards, that just ball control makes absolutely no difference. Like, ball control makes no difference overall. Like, obviously if a card has higher ball control, they're going to play better in game, but their overall, if they've really high ball control, their overall makes no difference to their overall, especially 2 guards. So players like James Harden with high ball control could actually be a lot better than they seem. And now we're on to the stuff that just makes absolutely no sense, and it's the speed with ball on point guards. Speed with ball is irrelevant to a point guard. Yep, speed with ball. Steal is one of the most important stats in game to players. It is without doubt one of the most important stats to players. But like, speed with ball for point guards. So if you gave Westbrook a 40 speed with ball, his overall stayed the exact same. Like, it's, for some reason it's irrelevant. It makes absolutely no difference. So different stats matter differently to people of different positions. So basically, if you gave Russell Westbrook stats to a center, obviously he's not going to be as good at the center position, and vice versa if you gave like DeMarcus Cousins stats to Westbrook. So that's the reason why Jabari Parker's Sapphire card, and people were saying that it was really a diamond because it had better overall stats than diamond. It's just not true. The reason why that card had so many overall stats was because it was well rounded. So basically, like, it didn't have a good rebound, it didn't have a good block, didn't have a good post defensive IQ. A lot of the things it did well weren't really important stats for a power forward. It would probably be a Ruby or Amethyst small forward, but he was down as a power forward, so that's why he was only a Sapphire. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Obviously, this is not 100% accurate. 2K are the only ones who know exactly how to do the overall. This guy just spent a lot of time breaking it down. I will link him in the description, and to be honest, he actually did a lot of work, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's like almost 100% certain. Like, obviously he's put it in, he's getting close. It's probably not 100% certainty, especially with the useless stats, but they could be borderline useless, like make a very, very slight difference. So pretty much like the stats that we really care about don't actually always matter, especially like how open shot 3 is so important to most people's power forwards, but it makes no difference to overall. So it means that like you could be playing with a player that's just out of position, as in like Jabari Parker, who could be one of the better small forwards in the game, but because his card is a power forward because he played there that game, he's going to be feel way worse in game, which kind of makes a little bit of sense. It makes a lot of sense when you're looking at cards like that. It's the only example I can think of off the top of my head, but a lot of the time when there's actually small forwards that are playing different positions, their overalls drop, or they should be way better than their overall say, and that probably is the reason why. So anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Check out this guy's Reddit post and check out 2K Reddit in general. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.
With all the things that's going on, I lost track, I felt so strong.